Hey everybody, Scout Crafter here again. I can't resist a nice punch here and there. If I'm at a flea market or something and I see some punches cheap, I got to pick them up. I don't know. So
one of the first tools I bought when I first got into woodworking was a couple punches that I picked up. I don't know where I did, but a couple bucks. But you know, when you see these around, and especially if you see some of these made in USA, obviously the good ones, and some of them, there's nail sets, there's punches, there's pin punches, there's different ones, and especially the ones that have a recess in the front of the punch. That this is like more of a drive pin punch. But if you see some of the ones that have a recess in the front, those are the ones that are really more difficult to find. You know, something like this one here, and they're really good for driving out pins and whatnot. But pick these up. You can see the condition they're in. We're just going to run them through a real quick one and check it out. We finished with the wire brushing. Everything's looking real nice now. Now you have to go over here, and we could see some of these heads a little bit mushroomed over. Now we'd like to address that now before they get too bad. You see here, first of all, for safety reason, that could pop off and, you know, chip you or chip off or something. So we're going to address these heads right now, and I'll show you how we do that. We're over here at the belt sander, the stationary. You can see what the head looks like here. It's going to get a little noisy. We're going to try and use this part of the belt where it's not really supported by the plantain in the back and the roller in the front. There's a little section here. It gives you a little bit more give. Okay, now you see that's how we basically get that nice area, no more mushroomed over, and we'll work on it until we get it just the way we like. Now we'll give them a quick bath in WD-40, get rid of all the buffing compound and everything, wipe them down, and take a look at what we got. Now, just to show you why it's so nice to have different punches, is I have 4 situations here where you might use different punches. For example, if you wanted to, you have a spot that you want to drill a hole, you would take a pointed punch here and it would fit right into that hole, give it a tap, and now you have a hole that you can start, your drill bit won't wander, and you could drill into there. So that's a regular punch like that, or you had to start a nail. Secondly, we have a pointed punch, and you see a lot of finished nails have a hole in the top of the nail, and that is so that you can take your punch, put it in there, and drive it down below the surface, just below the surface there, and then you could fill it in with a little putty, and that'll hide that hole. So that's what a secondary point punch would be. Now the hollow core punch like this is great if you have a nice piece of wood. If you tried to put a regular flat punch, it could slip off and damage your work. With the hollow core punch, it surrounds the nail head and it gives you less chance of a slip, and then you could get it below surface. Now once it's below a little bit of surface, you can go to a flat punch and drive it in more. But again, the hollow punch here with a smaller one, you take it down to the point where you can get it right over, and then anything you had to drive below, you would use a pin punch. You could see the shaft on that. Now we could drive that really deep on both of these, and that's what these punches are basically used for. So they really come in handy, all different types. Now, as always, you remember what they looked like before. That's my favorite part. And we're finished, and that was really an enjoyable project. And you could see the difference here in the knurling. You could see all the different, some of the spiral knurlings. This one here has a real nice knurling, even though this is unnamed. Here's a Stanley. You could see a Stanley made in USA. And this is a 11 3/4 or 2/32. That's, I guess, their number, their stock number, 11 3/4. The Miller's Falls. Miller's Falls always made really nice tooling. Nice stamp. This is a 601, and it's a 1/32, made in USA. Again, real nice knurling. So these punches are really a great addition to any tool set. And I keep mine in a special container. Now, I always keep my punches in a separate container. I have my brass hammer that I always use, so this way you don't mushroom your punches out like we've seen. And in here I keep a variety of punches. Whenever I get them, I clean them up and put them in here, and I try and keep the brand somewhat close. And here are some of my drive pin punches. Over here I have different nail sets and hollow punches, but all in all, if you ever pick these up at a flea market or something, and you know, they clean up real nice, they look great, and they're really just a wonderful little tool. So if you ever see these, pick them up. Even though they look rusty, you see how nice they come out, like brand new. All right, thanks very much for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed it. Take care. Have a nice day.